Finally, we're on to the last movie of the anime trilogy. Hello everybody, it is me, Super Godzilla Final Wars here, and today I'm reviewing the last and final movie of the Earth Godzilla trilogy, and as usual, I am joined with Godzilla Earth, Godzilla Phileas, Mechagodzilla, Serva, and two new guests. Mothra, even though she's not from the anime trilogy, but I had to improvise. And of course, Void Ghidorah himself. While the first film did okay, was actually the best out of the three, and was okay as a Godzilla movie. Not perfect, not great, but it was an okay film. If I did a tier list, I would put the first movie at the okay list or whatever. While the second film was flat out garbage. So, where does this film lead? Does this lead to as an okay film, or is it worse than Sitting on the Edge of Battle? Let's find out. Well, I'm just gonna say this. This film was kind of better than Sitting on the Edge of Battle. Kind of better. But at the same time, the first film had some character problems, while the second film was kind of fixing that. But the third film barely fixes that at all. What I mean by that, the human characters, for starters, Haru Sakaki is still not the main focus anymore. If anything, more like a side character. Mephis, the alien exif, and by the way, when I first saw the first film, I was like, I don't trust you, I'm keeping an eye on you. In the second film, my suspicions were even higher, but when I saw the trailers for Planet Eater, I was like, holy crap, I was right. This guy is sus. This guy is sus. He was sus from the very beginning, and I can't believe I was right. Not only that, but the Exif, the other alien race, they were apparently manipulating people on the spaceship the whole time, and I find that part actually really interesting. Normally when it comes to these types of Godzilla movies, humans and aliens don't have that much of a longer connection towards each other. And what I mean by that, I mean, normally, the backstab happens way sooner than later. But instead, in this film, the connection between humans and aliens is actually longer. It lasts over 20 years. That is something that I found really interesting. And the thing that I liked about this film was how literally extra were worshipping King Ghidorah as a god. That's right, aliens in the Godzilla movie worshipping King Ghidorah as a god and needing to find a way to satisfy his hunger. But in a way, Ghidorah plays a similar role as Unicron, basically, because apparently in the beginning, humans were meant to take technology way too far so that monsters can rise up, and so they and the whole planet could be offered to Space Ghidorah. That was actually really interesting. That's the part that I actually liked about this film. Not only that, I like the idea where Void Ghidorah can't really be touched in this universe or can't really be detected by any form of technology. That was actually really good. And then I wish that we could have seen Ghidorah's full body, but apparently Ghidorah needs one more human to pray to him, and then he'll become a divine reality into this universe, which doesn't make any sense. You are a freaking higher dimension, and yet you need to tell me that you can't go into your final form? I had nothing to say. Yeah, I will admit, when Ghidorah first showed up, that was actually really interesting. Once when Ghidorah starts showing up, things start actually picking up again. But even though this film goes out of its way to avoid showing a monster fight a monster, and well, that's just the thing. We kind of get a monster fight. What I mean by kind of, I mean by it's not really a fight. It's more like Ghidorah just holding Godzilla and draining all of his energy. And Godzilla starts like fading in and out of existence. I would have liked it better if Ghidorah was actually fighting Godzilla. Like, I don't know, like grabbing him, throwing him around, slamming him, even firing his gravity beams. That would have made this film slightly better. Or if not at the same level as the first film. But again, although I will say there is one scene that I need to question Toho. And what's that? Why did he thought it was a good idea to show Haru getting down to business as one of the twins? Oh my god, I should have known you were about to ask that question. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was actually the most weirdest part in the film. I would have liked it better if Haru and that twin kissed and then cut to Met Beast. And not show the literal aftermath of those two, like, getting down to business. Like, seriously? Seriously? What the hell was Toho thinking? Why did they thought showing a scene like that was going to be okay for a Godzilla movie? Like, seriously, like, I was like, excuse me? And also, I'm just gonna say this, Mothra, you are flat out useless in this universe. Like, seriously, in Project Mechagodzilla, you actually were useful. But in this film, you were flat out useless. The only good thing you did was sort of break horror out of his, like, trance or whatever. And that's another big problem I have with this film. Haru has no character arcs, no character development. He has zero of it. But although it is kind of there, you can kind of see it, but it's still clouded by its hatred towards Godzilla. And even in this film, we still have no idea why Haru hates Godzilla so damn much. If anything, he hates Godzilla more than the other characters, more than any other human character that hated Godzilla and wanted revenge on him. Not only that, but literally, we don't get a proper, like, I don't know, like a real proper ending to this film because Haru flat out grabs Yuko's dead body and takes the last vulture and has Godzilla fire his atomic breath. And Haru declares that he's the only one that remembers fighting Godzilla. Literally, like, other people fought Godzilla right by your side. You're not the only one, you dumbass. Like, seriously, you're not the only one who remembered fighting Godzilla. Haru sacrificed. Not only that, the reason why Haru sacrificed himself because Neki's threatened that if humans were managed to take technology too far again, then Ghidorah would return. So Haru thought it would be a good idea to destroy the mecha. I would have liked it better if Haru said, no, forget technology. See, we just have to admit that we can't beat Godzilla. There's no beating him. And plus, if we take technology way too far again, then what's going to prevent that golden three-headed dragon from coming back? I would have liked it better, because this would have completed Haru's character arc. Not only that, if Godzilla actually killed King Ghidorah, like, when I mean killed, I mean like killed. Because Godzilla doesn't really kill King Ghidorah in this universe, in this movie, but in a way he kills him in this dimension, but not in Ghidorah's dimension. I would have liked it better if Godzilla actually killed King Ghidorah, therefore ending the cycle. I would have liked it better if all these movies were meant to lead up to this moment where Godzilla breaks the cycle of endless destruction by showing humans that they are better off without technology and better living alongside monsters. Sort of like the Monsterverse, how it's going, but not completely. Where it's kind of more like the Golden Age, where it's like those movies where caveman and dinosaurs are living side by side with each other. Not only that, but I would have liked it better if horror actually goes to anger and hatred for Godzilla and makes peace with Godzilla within a way. But no, this film goes out of its way to give us no growth, no character development, zero likable characters, and all of that crap. And don't get me wrong, folks, for those of you who kinda like Haru and Yuko, I still ship those two. But I would have liked it better if these two characters have more of an interesting connection, give them more of a backstory. Have this sort of love have these two characters' love for each other be more important, like Eren and Mikasa's relationship, for example. I know that relationship doesn't really become canon, but still. But in the end, I'm going to give this film 4.5 Golden Godzilla stars. It's not bad, but at the same time, it's not great. It's an okay film. It's slightly up there with its predecessor, Sir Godzilla Planet of the Monsters. And it was definitely kind of better than City on the Edge of Battle, honestly, in my opinion. Again, this movie could have been better, it could have been worse, but still, I'm willing to take a great Godzilla movie any day. Your move, Toho, your move. And please, for the love of God, do not repeat this movie. Do not repeat the same thing that happened in this movie. Please. You don't need that crap happening again. Just please make more cool Godzilla movies, like -1. Again, I've been avoiding spoiler reviews. I've been watching spoiler-free reviews. So, not spoiler reviews. But overall, this film was okay, or unlike its predecessor, Sitting on the Edge of Battle, was absolute garbage. This film was slightly better than Sitting on the Edge of Battle, and I'll stand by that. But in the end, and I am officially done with the anime Godzilla trilogy, and now on to a real Godzilla movie, Godzilla King of the Monsters. Let's go, baby. I was expecting a 3 Golden Godzilla star review. Wait, you didn't mention Golden Godzilla